not come here. You are homophobic. You have no respect for women. You're going to ask me about sex. And I say to them, the question will never be a problem. The problem is the answer. It all lies in how you answer.
Henda, you are now entering a space for Black history.
Yo, we back with another video. This is Alokwan Reactions. We about to watch Julius Malema reaction on Podcasting Show. And I also want to say shout out to everyone who has subscribed on the channel. If you're still new on the channel, at least if you've watched about 5 minutes of this video, the least you can do is click on that sub button and click on that like button. Let's start this one.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to a special, and I mean, I don't even think it's a special, Soul. It's an iconic interview.
Yeah,
this
iconic.
We've been trying to get this man for years. He's finally here. Please welcome CIC Julius Malema. Thank you. How are you, King?
Good and you, good and you.
Are you good? Fresh from Ibiza? How was
Absolutely.
Ibiza?
It was sunny,
Yeah.
very nice.
Yeah. Did you ever encounter Buloy, like witchcraft?
No, I've never encountered because it doesn't exist.
You think it doesn't exist?
That's all in the mind.
If you wake up one day and find someone naked in your yard planting something, how would you justify that? Wouldn't you say that's buloy?
No,
Because those things happen.
I would think she was lost.
And lost her clothes as well.
But have you ever consulted a Sangoma?
My grandmother is a traditional healer. So
grandmother?
Traditional healing and witchcraft are two different things. So witchcraft is when you are given a poison to go and poison someone and that person dies. That's witchcraft. And that is the science of it. Not this one that a person will use a broom to fly from here to the other.
Yeah, that is just magician, pure magician. And I agree with him on this one, Magati. There's a huge difference between traditional healing and witchcrafting. If you are given anything to do bad, then that you are just a witch and you are practicing what you're doing, which is witchcrafting. But if you are a healer, if someone is sick, if you can fly using a broom, that is just your gift. And when you heal people, that's traditional healing. You are actually a healer to the world, and you are not a witchcraft. But once you become a healer and abanye abantu they see you otherwise, then they just think ukuthi uyathagatha for the sake of targeting. But otherwise, witchcrafting it's on its own lane, and traditional healing it's on its own lane.
That place. That is boredom. But poisoning people, for whatever reason, it's witchcraft. So my grandmother was not giving medicine to go bewitch. It was medicine to heal.
Got Mpesu in vodka now.
Yeah, you see, they've got Mpesu in vodka. I don't know if Mpesu works, but there is Mpesu, because if Mpesu works, then those people who are doing rhino pouching,
Yes.
they say they want to use the horn for the same purpose of Mpesu.
Yeah.
But research.
Jeez, I never knew that. People who do rhino poaching want to use impesu they want to use the rhino horns to strengthen manhood. I never knew that, man. I think that's why rhino poaching has so much business, like there's so much money in it. And maybe some of the things that he's saying might be true, but I just had no idea.
Yes.
They say they want to use the horn for the same purpose of Mpesu.
Yeah.
But research shows that there isn't anything that suggests this thing works for that purpose. But remember, the power is in the mind. If you think it works, you can get very hard.
Yeah.
Very strong.
Very quick.
And then you are problem. You solved your problems. It's in the brain.
So what jobs were you doing in Kosi Shiko before you got into politics?
I didn't do any job.
Yeah. You weren't working, nothing.
Nothing. I did politics when I was very young, at 9 years, because the ANC had something called the Young Pioneers, Masupatzela, Sisulu.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we go with other kids when they go to do soccer practice.
Yes.
And then we take a detour. to do something else.
Yeah.
So I tried soccer, but not playing. So I was a spectator, and when the two teams play, I'm the one who hold the money. So there was some team of some relatively old people, and then these ones of my age. They were playing, so they bet, they give me the money to hold. The young ones were winning, and then the old ones were losing. So this guy comes, he says, no, bring the money. The old one, I said, no, you can't get the money before the game is over. Yes. More.
This guy is
I felt the
stupid.
ding. I saw the stars.
I'll say
They
he's
say they will
stupid,
beat
man.
you and you'll see stars.
Stars,
Yeah.
It's not a joke, it's real. That thing. I was taking that money from my pocket on the floor, and I threw it. I was on the floor, threw it. That was my last time at those things of football. I'm like, these guys are violent.
Yeah, there's people who would beat you bafethi ngaphandle. I know with Uputwam is one of those people that no matter how much you can fight with him and win, but it's ongoing up until he wins one fight. Then that's when he'll make peace. So I understand when he says abanye abantu, hey, they just meant nje to fight. Shang empama esiphongweni uzwakhala zing zong.
I can't play with this type of people. I remember in 1994, one of my tasks was to remove the National Party posters in the township, because the National Party was putting posters for the first time in the township in 1994.
Oh, you had to remove them?
Yeah, and those posters were strategically put either at the police station or where there is lights, like poles and. So I had to fetch from a police station, remove them at the police station at night, and then you carry them. You see the way they hang them on the pole. You hang them here on your neck because they are too heavy. I remember one day I was having that task, and then the soldiers' car came. Soldiers used to raid the township. So they came. I had to lie low and then crawl with those posters to the next street, because to the principals I must present some form of evidence. And the other day I had to remove, when you enter Shield, there is a, what do you call it, this Apollo light, like at the circle. It was the only one.
Yeah,
so
I think
they put their...
They should also bring back those lights, especially for Kasatize, because of Tida Sladekasi. And when a street light fails, which is the only source of light for people who are traveling at night, it becomes a problem. But this Apollo, I've never experienced the Apollo not having any lighting at all. I'm at Klopwakona, man, they were proper quality and they worked for years. I know there's one in Randfontein that still works. I think that's the only one that I know. It still works even today. It's only 2 poles and Zilaitika yonke. Forget the street poles. The street light poles as sevens then.
Poster up there, it was too far. So I had to climb that Apollo without step ladder to go. When I'm there, up there, the car comes of the police. I had to blend into that pole and sleep on it like this.
Sure.
And these fools, they just park there briefly. And then they leave. From there, I must come down with that thing. So I just removed the ropes and then released. So I went down with that pole. I took the poster out to go and show these guys.
That sounds like a movie, man.
The task was performed.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
When you're doing all of this, when do you get time to date? Are you even dating at that time?
No, I think it was not a priority. But we were also very scared of them because we had nothing to offer.
The ladies.
Yeah, there was no good clothes to present yourself. There was no
entertainment to go
juice or sweets
to
offer. So it was less of our priorities.
So when do you break your virginity?
If anything,
This I want
I
to
don't
hear.
think I can remember.
You don't remember? Everyone remembers their first time.
Yeah?
Was it teens, 20s?
Yeah, we're very active when we were teens.
You've always been an activist.
So, because remember at grade 8, I will leave
He's always been an
my township
activist.
to go into other townships like Nkwankwa, Tendo,
so this is stupid.
to establish the structures of COSAS. COSAS, it was a student organization of the ANC at the time.
Yeah.
So we're engaged in all types of shenanigans.
Yeah.
Yes, it were, yeah.
Vizcala.
Huh?
Vizcala.
There's no way.
There's no way.
It's part of growing up.
I love this guy, man. Like there's Ghana. There's no way. It's part of growing up. I think this guy would make. I know with his background and stuff like that, a lot of people are skeptical with making him president of South Africa, but he relates, man. He's relatable at the same time, and you can easily listen to his interviews and understand what politics is about. He's not too deep, and he's not too dumb. He's just average, and it makes him good to an average listener like myself. I know what EFF is about because of how he breaks it down, because of how he presents himself, and he's easily relatable, man. Easily relatable. Imagine a whole political president of EFF saying, "There's no way." There's Ghana for sure.
Man, I gotta tell you, when you were the ANC Youth League president, it's the first time I ever heard of you. And I'm like, who's this guy, man? He just shoots from the hip. He just tells it like it is. And I think for a lot of people, we started getting interested in politics because you're
That's why I'm saying that he's relatable, man. It's someone that you can understand.
so entertaining.
Yeah.
Did you do that on purpose, or was just that's who I am?
But that's what they say about you now. They say,
See why I'm saying that he's relatable. He knows. He watches the show. He knows he's a chiller, man. Shout out to CIC.
does not come here. You are homophobic. You have no respect for women. You're going to ask me about sex. And I say to them, the question will never be a problem. The problem is the answer. It all lies in how you answer.
The question will never be the problem. The problem is how you respond. That's a bar from CIC. That's a bar, man.
The problem is the answer. It all lies in how you answer the question. But the question must be asked.
Must
It
be
doesn't
asked.
matter how comfortable or uncomfortable the question may be. But answer the question. So I was being like you. I was being youth. And being youth means you must not apologize.
You're allowed
Being
to
youth
make
means that
mistakes.
you've got a license to make mistakes.
Thank you, CIC.
But learn from those mistakes and not repeat them, because if you repeat them, it's a decision. It's no longer a mistake. So young people must be free, and young people must never be judged.
So if what he's basically saying, Guti, if you repeat something for the first time, you can say it's a mistake. But if you repeat it for the second time, then ubenesikhathi sonke sokuhlala uyicabange that you've done it before and you're about to do it again. Therefore, it cannot be a mistake. Respect that from CIC, man.
You guys have got too much energy that must be harnessed and channeled to the right direction, not to be condemned.
Yeah.
The youth of today, it's absolute nonsense. There's no youth of today. That which we are doing today, they did it. They did it. Mandela was worse. Mandela fought physically in meetings with people who were not agreeing with him. Mandela was a boxer. He took it to meetings. Yes, he disrupted Communist Party meetings because they didn't believe that the Communist Party must exist. President Kluma went to Mandela's house there in Soweto. Winnie tells this story during our DC in the ANC says, these ones have not done anything. Uma came to my house, the then president of the ANC, and when I was about to open a gate for him, he refused and stood outside. I must tell that Nelson and Walter that this ANC does not belong to them.
Hey, Mandela was
and
a
then
problem.
he left. That's how much they made the president of the ANC angry.
Yeah.
But president of the ANC, Kuma, did not destroy Mandela. And when he asked the question, where will we be if Kuma had destroyed Mandela that time when he was angry with the youth?
And it's what the parents of today are doing. They are destroying AMA 2000 because of they speak ill about AMA 2000. And it's some like mele umuntu umkhuze, but also share some light. Don't destroy the person. Because I think ukuthi these kids are smart, and these kids move in a certain way that we do not understand. Therefore, we do not have to destroy Labantana now because of they bring so much encouragement to the coming generation. Which you don't have to succumb to the BS that's out there. You can get out to the universe and do your own thing and be your own boss and do things your own way, and then people will follow. Shout out to them, and then shout out to what he's saying because of it's so profound.
So Mandela and his generation of the youth are the ones who radicalized the ANC and made the ANC to carry guns. Because the ANC between 1912 and 1949, it was fighting through letters. They were sending letters and deputations to London. When the Youth League was formed in 1944, he said, no, this is nonsense. We must take guns and kill these people. This over-celebrated Mandela carried a gun with an intention to kill white people. And that story is not being told because they want to create this wrong impression of the nurse. There was a president of the Youth League that was Muila. One of the presidents of the Youth League, Robert Resha, said in a meeting of the ANC and the youth that revolutionaries must adapt to the concept of murder as a revolutionary activity. So it's the youth. So 1976 youth, you want to speak about them as if they were these people who came from a different planet. No, you know what they did? They went into Shebins and went to kick the bottles and African beers of the elders. Kick them rudely.
Not the 76.
Hey,
What do you
this
mean?
guy is searching.
76.
McG is so good of an interviewer. He knows, like we asked Melatini to pump you up. Like when he said not the 76, he's searching for information, and he knows Uguti by saying that it will just make him pump more information, man. This guy is so good.
After they were shot,
You see?
the second action was directed to Shebins.
Yeah.
They kicked the alcohols, they demolished the bottle stores, and then they were climbing on top of those tables and say, children are dying, you are drinking alcohol. And then that is respectful in the definition of those who want to be holier than thou. It's not true. It was the youth being the youth. It was charged and it needed direction. Someone grabbed that opportunity and said, this youth is charged. It needs to be given direction. That's why they went into exile, to be trained, to be given political education. The first statement of the ANC, by the way, condemned the student uprising in 1976. And said the students must go to the class. They belong to the class.
100%. 100%.
They don't tell you that. Yes. So there is nothing you are doing that
Was never done
is
before.
unusual.
Yes.
You are being the youth. You want to push the boundaries and see how far you can go with your. And that's what we were doing in the Youth League.
And you
that's what
push
we're
the
doing.
boundaries. And you push them. Eh?
And then when we arrived in Parliament, we did the same thing.
Yes.
Yeah, we pushed the boundaries. They said there are rules. We said, bring here. We read the rules. And then we realized these people don't know the rules. We need to push them. Every time they say, no, you are wrong. We say, according to which rule? They say to us, no, you can't say Malema. You must say Honorable Malema. Then we say there's nothing honorable about this person. No, the rules say you must call each other honorable. Say, you're lying. Which rule? And then they go to read the rule. The rule says you must not call each other by name. So meaning you must say Mr., Miss or Mrs. So they found white people calling each other honorable. Then they took it and then continued with it. They thought it was in the rules from 1994. It took the arrival of the EFF in parliament for those fools to know that we are not forced to call dishonorable people honorable. We have an alternative. They didn't know. So had we listened to this nonsensical criticism, we will not be where the EFF is. But the problem is also with the middle class. It doesn't know what it wants. It says all types of things. It can turn you into an amoeba. You will be shapeless.
What's an amoeba?
A shapeless animal. Yeah, you get pulled this way, you get pulled this way. Before you know it, we don't know where is the figure, you are shapeless because you are pulled all directions. You must take a position and stand by it. Only time will tell.
Ooh. You must take a position and stand by it. Only time will tell. Because if you are being pulled all over, you'll end up being shapeless. And you won't know after some time what exactly your position was. And I also appreciate the fact when he speaks about if you listen to the negative things, you won't get to where you are heading. Umekji won't be the Mekji he is today if he listened to people saying that he's not good enough. There's also some comments that I get on previous videos that said it's better if I keep quiet and let the video play. And before I start the video, I do say, Gucci, this is a reaction channel. It's a reaction channel. So when you see such comments, then you know, Gucci, if I pay attention to this, then I mean, as we speak, I'm on 1,172 subscribers from just reacting. And then I should listen to one comment and not do reactions. Dude, come on now. Come on now. Shout out to CIC, man, for putting perspective on a lot of things. Now I was questioning myself about. That's why I'm saying that he's relatable because of when he answers or when he responds, you can use the same things into your life and see where you can fix. So shout out to him, man. Even though I'm not voting EFF, but hey, man, shout out to him. And thank you for watching, man. I'll post more content. And if you are new on this channel, please do click on that like button. Click on that sub button, man. We out. Peace.